What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wakeangel2001 coming at you with another r/Wakeangel2001 video. Yep, got some pretty good submissions this time, including some that will blow your mind. Starting with this one that Jimmy Jackson put up. This is what Mario and Sonic should look like next to each other based on their canon heights. Nintendo tells us that Mario is roughly 5'2" or so. Sega insists that Sonic is exactly 1 meter tall. This is what those things look like next to each other. And yet, when we see them crossing over in video games, this is what they look like. Remember all those years ago when I tried to calculate modern Sonic's height based on how tall he was standing next to classic Sonic, assuming classic Sonic was 1 meter tall? And I came up with, I found out that my math was a little bit flawed, but even after correcting it, I still come up with a height of roughly 4'6" or so for modern Sonic, which would actually be pretty good for this picture, with Mario being just a little bit taller than him. But no! Apparently Sega decides that they want to retcon, like, no, modern Sonic is a meter tall. What about classic Sonic? He is also a meter tall! But modern Sonic is clearly taller. They are both a meter tall! So, yeah, like, friends, don't try to think too hard about this. You will end up like me. You will fall down into a rabbit hole that will just never end. So, yes, let us try to put this out of our minds and just remember that that Sonic and Mario are equal, and somehow they are different heights but also the same height. Speaking of things that are similar but also different, that's a nice segue I came up with. Pat myself on the back. Good work, Angel. The day Sonic found out that there's a multiverse. Yes, so this is Boom Amy and Proper Amy. And I can see that this is the Amy that has like the left and right arm swap that can tell by the shape of the shoulders. Like, I don't know why, but a lot of Jazzwares Amy's come with like the hands are on the right sides, but the arms are on the wrong sides. You can tell by the way the elbows bend. I don't know, it's like, it just, I think that someone in the factory just decided that they were supposed to go this way and nobody corrected them. Because, like, that's supposed to be Amy's armpit. That bony shoulder thing she has going on, that's supposed to be on the bottom, not the top. Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. But hey, like, it's kind of funny. Like, in 2004, this would have been a nightmare scenario for poor Sonic. And no, I know that Sonic has Tails' hands. Someone wanted open gesturing hands in their Sonic figure. Don't think I didn't notice that either. But yeah, like, Amy Rose was just like on the verge of becoming a yandere in the mid-2000s. Like, seriously, like, take a look at Sonic Heroes and Sonic Battle, games that came out around that time. Amy Rose was, she was, like, I think they were trying to go with they were trying to get some kind of cute appeal with like a super devoted fangirl, but it really started to come off as a creepy stalker situation. I mean, like, one of the most popular Newgrounds shorts that I remember from Sonic Paradox was Amy just walking up to Sonic and like, "Hey, Sonic, guess who just lost their virginity?" He's like, Then she holds up a bottle of chloroform. "You did!" like, oh, ho, ho, ho. And the funny thing is that was totally believable for her character back then. Of course, that never really suited Boom Amy. Boom Amy was never a "you did" kind of girl, but yeah, like, there was a time when this would have been way more horrifying. And Jimmy Jackson has done some updates on Demon's design. Seems that he's gone for some two-tone gloves, kind of like how Whisper the Wolf has her gloves with like the lighter brown tone, the lighter gray on the inside and the darker gray on the outside. So I'm going with like a lavender and a purple two-tone thing. If I'm allowed to put my suggestions up there, I note that she has an airbrush now. That's kind of funny. Like, I never learned how to use an airbrush, and she's lording that over me now. I kind of think that the lavender around her face is a bit much. Like, it should stay on the muzzle and not really go around her eyes, because it makes it it just makes it look like she's holding a spotlight under her face when she does that. I understand losing the little Chaos Emerald thing from her forehead, because that's kind of a silly mark. But yeah, that like I think the highlights on the eyes are a bit much. Um, and the spikes on her shoulders are getting a little bit too big. I liked how they were just like a small little suggestion there, like a garnet growing on the side of a rock. I kind of like that look. Like here, like they're just huge crystalline things, and they're gonna get in the way. But I'm thinking of it from the point of view of a guy who is eventually gonna make an action figure of her. So like I'm just trying to think of things that won't mess up an action figure's articulation. So that's kind of a thing with that. Uh, so yeah, but ultimately it is Jimmy Jackson's character, and she has basically been adopted by the Thread. Jimmy Jackson provided the closest thing he could come up with to an original character sheet. So if any of you want to see what she looked like in the beginning, before the Reddit thread adopted her, then there you go. Um, I really do think I like the whole skirt thing that goes behind her over the apron thing in the front. I know, like, they're trying to... They added the apron to try and make her a counterpoint to Angel. Oh, I just noticed that there's a Chaos Emerald on the pocket in the front of her apron. That's kind of a cool touch. But, I she doesn't have to be a complete copy of me. Like what am I, like the light artist and she's the dark artist? um, Imagine! Oh, like, he thought my first redesign of Demon the Cat was scary. I wasn't even trying. But imagine if I did try. Okay, looking forward to that cheap palpitation. We'll see what you do there. And Sparkle404 actually bit the bullet and pre-ordered the entire wave of the new Sonic figures from Big Bad Toy Store. I mean, by now that the figures are available in stores, but this is the best way to guarantee that you get an Amy Rose. And she went and put them under a blacklight just to see how they would look. And the results are, well, let's say mixed. Okay, so let's go through this one at a time. Knuckles looks inconsistent. When you shine the light on him, it looks like his head is made out of a different type of material than his torso is. Which, that is a thing, because, like, the torso is made out of a harder, stiffer plastic, while the limbs and head are made out of a kind of plastic that actually softens when you heat it. Also, like, the way that the blacklight casts a deep shadow on the edges of his eyes, that does look kind of hardcore. But, I don't like the way that his torso lights up a notably different color from his limbs. It makes him look off. Sonic barely seems to light up under the blacklight at all. Aside from his nose turning cherry red and his shoes becoming more prominent, he just kind of seems to disappear under a blacklight. Tails looks amazing. It almost looks like this figure was meant to be displayed under a blacklight. Somehow that seasick green turns into a really good iridescent yellow color. Actually, if they painted him this shade of yellow to begin with, then that would have been your Super Tails figure right there. I mean, you really wouldn't even have to do any remolding. Okay, maybe if you're going to do one thing, the bangs, just insert them upside down so that they're curling upwards, as if he has the super aura going through them. That's the only thing you would need to do to turn this into a Super Tails. Like, this shade of yellow upturned his bangs. Like Jakks Pacific doesn't even have to make a new part. They just had to assemble a part differently. Now I'm really, really upset that they didn't go with proper super colors for Tails and Knuckles, because seeing this under the blacklight, like, that's genuinely cool. Like, darn it, Sparkle Wolf, I could have lived the rest of my life never knowing that Tails could have looked this amazing. But no, you have to go and reveal that this is actually what could have been. And Amy, since there's nothing special about Amy's color scheme, so she doesn't really react significantly under the blacklight either. Yeah, but Yeah, aside from Sonic not really doing much of a reaction on his own, but and Knuckles looking inconsistent, I can't believe how Tails reacts so well under the blacklight. And Cheap Palpitation follows up. Finally done it. She's ready. Can't wait for Halloween night. So apparently he's going to reveal that new picture of the scariest version of Demon on Halloween. So that's something for all of us to look forward to. Hopefully I'll be able to get a video up then, because I do have to work that day. And speaking of Halloween, here is a Witch's Brew color palette put up by Slim Cognito. That is a genuinely fearsome picture of me. Like, that is a plastered on smile. That is a, you want to know how I got these scars kind of smile. Pinpoint pupils. They seem to follow me wherever I go. Although, like, the thing, I can see that he has, like, the paintbrush spear slung over his back, but, you gotta be careful when doing the paintbrush spear, because if you do it wrong, it can look like he just has a mop. You gotta be careful not to make the head of it look too big. This is what I'm saying. And last but not least, this is something uploaded by Zeus the Fox. Cheese figure? Is Jax trying to tell us something, or is this a tease? Yeah, like, apparently, when you go to Walmart, you can get the Chow figures. Like, they seem to be, like, bulk packed there. You can buy a whole bunch of Chow. It's like that kind of open packaging that doesn't have a blister bubble. You know, saving plastic. Good for the environment. But for some reason, they call the Chow Cheese. Which, you know, a little bit weird, considering that they don't have the bow tie. But, are they trying to tell us something? Are they backdoor piloting Cream the Rabbit into the line? Is this them telling us that we will soon be getting Cream? To, like, if they're calling the Chow Cheese, then, you know... but seriously, if this thing had a bow tie, I would have easily snapped it up. But, yeah, like, would it have been so hard to put a bow tie in the thing? Like, I'm not sure if it's just that somebody at Jax Pacific doesn't know what they're talking about. Like, they just think that Chow are called cheese. Like, they heard it one time. Or if this is an insidious plot by someone that works at the company, like, oh, they don't want to make any female figures. Well, look at this. They're putting out this Chow figure. If I call it cheese, they'll suddenly make massive demands for creams, and then they'll have to make her. So... yeah, what are we doing here? What are we doing, Jax? We're gonna make a cream? If the Chows are cheese, then that means that you're gonna come with the cream, right? You're gonna do it? You're gonna do it? Do it? I don't know. Alright, this is Wakeangel2001 signing off.